Okay, so since the last video about XRP, we got this price action, and in today's video, I'm going to talk about different possibilities that could be happening in this area and tell you which one is my primary case and what needs to happen in XRP in order for me to be optimistic more than before. So with that said, hi everyone, welcome back. I hope you are having a great time with your family and loved ones. And if you remember, the last time that we talked about XRP, we were somewhere around these areas, and I was saying, look, the fact that in here we got something very similar to a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave down is not necessarily a good sign for us. And let's actually go on 30-minute chart. There we go. You can actually identify the subwaves for this 5 wave down. Let's just take this one. This is 5 down into a wave 1, correction for 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave down into wave 3. Probably I would say a double zigzag into wave 4 and another very clear 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave down into our wave 5. So this, in my opinion, is not necessarily an optimistic sign, suggesting we might actually see some lower prices in XRP. But I said it's not enough for me to be completely bearish in XRP. What happens after a 5 wave down? In case that we want to be pessimistic, we must have a correction structure on the upside. Now, a very important characteristic of a correction is being absolutely slow and choppy. And how can you identify a choppy move? You need to compare it to its previous move. So we got this move on the upside, and we need to compare this thing timing wise with this move down right in here, and let's do it. So how long did it take for us to have this move? About 67 candlesticks. On the other hand, how long did it take for us to have this correction structure on the upside? As you can see, about 125 candlesticks. So this to me suggests, despite having way more than enough time, it seems like that bears are kind of failing to push the price higher to around these areas. And well, this suggests, unfortunately, bears might be still in control and send the price lower. Now, in the interest of being objective in XRP, I want to check out two different possibilities. One is going to be the bullish one. The other one is the bearish scenario. And then we are going to see which one is my primary case. So what if we want to be bullish in XRP? If you want to be optimistic, at first you need to definitely ignore this shadow right in here. Because if you do, I guess you can say maybe this is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into a wave 1, excuse me, correction for 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave up, again, assuming that you want to ignore this huge shadow, into wave 3, correction for 4, and we can have maybe like from this point, yeah, sure, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave up into wave 5, and followed by that, after a 5 wave up, if we want to be bullish in XRP, we have to see a correction structure. And from, I would say probably here, maybe even a bit lower, I want to see a very strong bounce back in Ripple in order to, in terms of classic TA, meaning support and resistances, get back above this very important level from weekly and daily time frame at the same time. If we do this at that point, I guess I can tell you, you know what, maybe the bullish scenario is in play in here. And this is, for example, 5 up into 1, correction for 2. And maybe the next move is going to be a big one up into wave 3 and 4 and 5. So this is our bullish scenario in XRP, suggesting the bottom is in right around this area. Is it going to be my primary case? Unfortunately, no. And I'm going to tell you in a bit why. Let's talk about the other scenario, the bearish one. So the bearish possibility suggests this is maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave down. Followed by that, we are having a correction structure up. And I think we can actually say that this is going to be a WXY in form of a double zigzag. And from this point, we can say this is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave down, probably I would say in form of an expanding leading diagonal into a wave 1, and then we want to see a slow and choppy move up, a correction for 2, and followed by that another move down into wave 3, 4, 5 in order to at least take this low down here about, let's just hide everything, okay, $2.2. So this is my bearish possibility. Now, why is this scenario my primary case at the moment? I have two important reasons for it. Number one is the fact that in this area, it seems like that we are having a very strong move down in form of a 5 wave, which suggests at best, if you want to be optimistic in XRP, this is going to be probably an ABC zigzag. And well, unfortunately, according to this scenario, we can say that we're going to take this low again about $2.2. Another very important reason for me for why I am not for like just very short-term optimistic in XRP comes down to this move on the upside. Let's go around here. Okay, you see, if you want to be optimistic on any chart and you want to say that, for example, we're going to have a bottom right around this area, okay, you need to be able to find off of the lowest low a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave up. This specific example is a normal 5 wave. Rules for it are we should not have overlapping of the waves between wave 2 and 4 and in any kind of impulsive structure. Wave 3 should not be the smallest wave, and for our sub waves, you probably know it if you are a regular viewer, we must have 5 wave up into wave 1, 3, and 5. Okay, and for wave 2 and 4, we can have different possibilities, doesn't really matter. Let's say, yep, WXY into wave 4 and an ABC structure into wave 2. Let's go on the live chart and see what is happening. And this is my problem with this move on the upside in XRP. How exactly am I able to find an impulse in this area? Let's check out different scenarios. First, in my opinion, there's a very high chance that this is an ABC structure, and I cannot tell you that this is, for example, like an ABC running flat, because into a C leg of a running flat in this phase, we must have a 5 wave impulsive structure down. Why is this so important? Because it kind of changes the way that we should count waves in here in XRP. So the first scenario suggests maybe this is 1, this is 2, and then maybe, I don't know, let's say, yep, this point is actually the end of our wave 3, and then a correction forward to about here and another move up into wave 5. Is this scenario likely? In my opinion, not really, because into our wave 5, right in here in this move on the upside, finding an impulse is going to be a bit of a challenge. However, if you want to be a bit bearish in XRP, you can actually identify a relatively clear, I would say, ABC on the upside or maybe a WXY, and here is how. You can say this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave up into an A leg, followed by that to about, yeah, sure, maybe this point, a wave B, and then we are having another move up into our C leg. If you want to say this is a double zigzag, I guess you can also argue from this point to about here, we are having like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave up into A, correction for wave B, another move up into our C leg, which on a higher degree is going to be into a wave W, correction for wave X, and this can be, yeah, this can be an ABC zigzag on the upside into our wave Y. The point that I'm trying to make is this. It's kind of a challenge to find an impulse in this area, and if, for example, in XRP, we didn't have this move down, which in it we took this low, at that point, I may have been able to come up with some sort of a bullish possibility, but right now it's a bit challenging. So let's have our final conclusion and wrap up today's video. In XRP, in my opinion, this move on the upside seems like that it's unfortunately a correction and not an impulse, and I think we may have another move down like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave in order to maybe take this low for the first target around $2.2. Now, at what point am I going to say that this scenario is actually not going to be my primary case anymore? I would say if we get a move up in XRP in order to get back above this unbelievably important level, which is from weekly and daily time frame at the same time, and we do some consolidation above it, and then we get another move up and take this high. At that point, because above here we're not really having a whole lot of strong resistances, I can tell you, you know what, the next target in XRP is going to be setting an all-time high and taking the highest high, which I believe it was somewhere around $3.50. So as long as we are staying under this region, I think we need to be a bit careful. Get a break of this region, that's going to be a bit of a different story. And I hope I explained everything well and you understood what is going on in XRP's price chart. Anyway, if you found any value in my content, I would really appreciate if you like this video and consider subscribing to my channel and follow me on Twitter. And if you want more, maybe you want a complete analysis for your own specific crypto, or maybe you want to learn some decent TA in order to be able to make good money in the markets, you can become a member and ask me anything you want. And until the next video, I hope you have a wonderful time. Goodbye.